Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Panerai Radiomir 8 Days Titanium PAM 346. You can see and you can purchase this in-house movement manual winding 8-day power reserve titanium Radiomir on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on our card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high-resolution images for your desktop, and of course complete pricing details for this PAM 346. Now this one's been with us since 2010, and it's an impressive model because it combines an aesthetic of a large traditional wire lug Radiomir with wearability on a smaller wrist that's extraordinary. Now my wrist is 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see that despite the 45mm case, this one's planted and it has perfect stance. Now the style is big. It's always going to look oversized in relation to the wrist because that's how Panerai traditionally is supposed to look on the wrist. You don't buy Panerai for a 38mm ultra-thin dress watch, but you still want it to wear securely, and I'm happy to say that it absolutely does. 45mm across the broad of the case from 3 to 9 without the crown. The cushion case is exactly that high from 12 to 6 as well. So the portion that's on the wrist is really only 45mm from extremity to extremity. Now if you add in the strap's outermost measurements, if you measure truly from extremity to extremity, then you get 55mm. But let me assure you, that's not how it wears. The real measurement here, the one that will determine essentially whether the watch fits you, is 45 lug to lug. So keep that in mind. And my own advice is that even if your wrist is as small as 14 centimeters in circumference, you're going to wear this one with the appearance of an oversized watch naturally, but also with a security that belies its exceptional size. Now its most awkward dimension is probably its thickness, 16mm, but you can see how with a generously sloped case flank and a stepped conical bezel, it's actually fairly easy to get a tighter sleeve to ramp up and over it. So sport jackets, blazers, and sweaters, just perhaps not the tightest of dress cuffs, but that's why you have a Luminor Duet, right? Now the watch is titanium, and that's one of the saving graces considering its size. It distributes its very minimal mass without any pressure points or hot spots on my wrist because of the flat case back, and thanks to the titanium there just isn't that much heft, so the watch is wieldy, it's easy to wear, and it doesn't overwhelm a smaller wrist with a sense of inertia or a pendulum. Now the watch has a very upscale alligator leather strap. Now generally with Panerai you see the assolutamente when it is a strap of leather, or sometimes you'll see the gloss shiny finish calfskin ranger strap. Here it's not calfskin in any form, it's the upscale alligator with a gentle contrasting stitch that's ecru in tone for a simulated aged look, and of course supple calfskin on the bottom. This one is in exceptional condition as you see it here. Now it's borne on the traditional Panerai wire lugs, so this is not the 1940 case. If you want a big Panerai Radiomir to wear on a smaller wrist, you want the wire lugs, not the straight welded lugs of the 1940. This wears better, and it's easy to adjust thanks to a traditional Panerai trapezoidal pin buckle, here in satin finish, all of titanium matching the case. And about the case, it's a inventive combination of subdued satin finish across its complex compound curves, and you can see how the cushion case is formed, in addition to a high polish titanium bezel with a conical form, and you can see there's a gentle domed arc to the sapphire itself. One of the reasons why, despite its thickness, you can get this watch underneath most cuffs, just not the tightest. Now the dial is exceptional for two reasons. First, it's legible. In classic Panerai fashion, day, night, or times in between, easy to read it at a glance. You can see the traditional depth of the stencil over the fully loomed disc, the construction that Panerai traces back to its origins as a watch manufacturer in the 1930s, creates a wonderful three-dimensional look in low or no light condition when it glows. But what really sets this dial apart is the combination of the tobacco brown base, the warmth of the rose gold hands, and the absence of the simulated radium patina that's become pervasive in the Panerai catalog, especially with this combination of dial and hands. Here, you're not forced to wear the horological equivalent of pre-torn, pre-faded jeans. It's not pretending to be something it isn't. So you get that handsome rose gold hand and tobacco brown dial combination without the look of trying too hard with the simulated patina. You also get the Cyclops Eye Magnifier. In Panerai fashion, it's underneath the crystal, not atop like Rolex, so it's a little bit more elegant, and it's over a monotone date disc that nicely matches the base color of the dial. Now you can see that the watch features a time zone function such that when you screw out the crown and you place it in the first position, you can easily move the hour hand independent of the minutes and seconds, and you'll note the hour hand, as you move it forward or backwards, derives the date disc. So if you're a time zone jumper and a frequent traveler, you can easily move the hand forward and backwards without stopping the seconds, without affecting the isochronism or precision of the watch. Now when you do want to synchronize the watch, pull the crown to extremity. Watch this carefully. Now the zero reset function is engaged. Part of the original family of Panerai in-house calibers, the P2002-9 in this watch synchronizes the seconds hand to the index at 12, and now if you want to set it against an atomic clock, all you have to do is move the hand to the next nearest 5-minute marker, wait for your reference time to catch up, and when seconds and minutes and hours precisely match, push the crown back in. Now the beat of the balance resumes, you've synchronized the watch. Now on the case back, you can see that the 8-day caliber is both handsome to view and satisfyingly complex. Panerai, long considered to be somewhere between true luxury and a fashion watch, from the middle 2000s jumped solidly into the realm of true luxury and high horology. With the 2000 series of movements, Panerai came out swinging with its first in-house calibers, and they were arguably over-engineered. The 2000s, 3 mainspring barrels, a full dual-anchored balance bridge, a free-sprung balance, a 4 Hz rate, and yet an 8-day power reserve, a case-back power reserve indicator. Eric Klein, who was then in charge of Richemont's Val Fleurier, which helped Panerai get its manufacture off the ground, truly went above and beyond to build a movement that was designed not just to impress, but to stun. And the 2002-9, as featured here with the case-back power reserve indicator, and yet still blessed with 100 meters water resistant, was solidly part of that first, one might say, plank owner family of exquisite calibers. I don't want to say that subsequent calibers haven't lived up to the standards of the 2002 through 2006, but certainly Panerai launched its most deluxe engineering in the first flight of movements that it built in-house. You can see this exceptional Panerai Radiomir PAM 346 and purchase it on our website.